Hi everyone, this is my KNES 321 presentation about my lesson plan featuring my fall baseball pitching program. This is lesson number 1, and today we'll be featuring Jordan Smith. He is a starting pitcher for the University of Calgary Dinos. And today we will be focusing on the bullpen and pitch sequencing, as well as establishing the fundamentals through long toss. Initially we would have done long toss as part of our warm-up, but today we're focusing just on bullpens. There's many reasons why we do long tosses: to prepare the bodily synchronization, and replicating the same arm path for pitching, as well as many other things. Jordan, what do you do personally to get ready as part of your long toss routine?
The long toss especially helps get your legs going. You have to shuffle to throw the ball further, so it helps get the whole body going instead of just your arm, and just get everything kind of moving in sequence before you actually get back on the mound.
It also helps warm up your arm extremely well in terms of preventing injury and increasing longevity of arm and arm strength in general, as well as facilitating active recovery on top of that. Now today we'll be featuring the bullpen, like I said before, and we'll be focusing on establishing fastball command initially before we move on to sequencing different types of off-speed pitches, such as curveballs, sliders, and changeups, and on different types of batters in in-game situations such as right-handed and left-handed batters. So how about we get on the mound over there, and we'll start with 15 fastballs, and we'll be primarily focusing on driving with the back leg, as well as finishing and following through with the front. Give us 5 right there. Give us 5 right there, yeah. Good, good. Good, down and out through the back leg. All good things. Make sure to follow through. Alright. Now we'll focus on sequencing a batter now. Today we'll be visualizing as if Jordan will be pitching toward a batter that is, from our perspective, on the right side of the home plate. So we'll be facing a right-handed batter, and let's start off with a fastball from the bottom left corner of the strike zone from our perspective, which is down and away for a right-handed batter, focusing on driving through the legs and finishing. Good. Now, in the first initial fastball pitches, we want to emphasize the importance of just getting a feel for the baseball, getting a feel for release point. Location isn't exactly the most important thing when it comes to the initial start of the bullpen. It's just getting a feel for the body. Just throw another fastball again, go right on the head. Perfect. Notice how he finishes with his back leg over top of the body, showing that he's fully flowing through with driving through that back leg. Perfect. That's exactly where we wanted the first ball. So now that we've established that fastball command against a right-handed batter, we want to mix in different types of pitches. Jordan, after that strike one of down and away, what would we pick as a off-speed pitch for a selection for locating the next pitch?
So this one might be a slider, because it looks like it's going in the same direction as the fastball, but then near the end it will cut off and go to the left and kind of throw off the batter.
Now show them how you grip the fastball versus how you grip the slider. This is a 4-seam fastball grip. Notice how it's directly over the horseshoe. We want to keep as much symmetry with the ball to allow it to spin and cut through the air and keep the ball in a nice straight line. And that's the rotation of the spin. Now grip a slider. This is to cause a different type of spin in order for the ball to act in a different way. And in terms of a slider, it is meant to have a drop off near the end of the pitch. Go ahead and throw that one. That's all right. Now, missing the strike zone isn't all that bad. In terms of understanding how the batter perceives the ball, it is sometimes more important to throw outside the strike zone in order to get them to chase the ball, to try and, bait a swing out of the batter at hand. It doesn't always have to be a strike, but as long as the ball is moving in the direction that we want it to, that is the primary objective of throwing off-speed pitches. Perfect, that one was much better. Now we move on to sequencing a left-handed batter. This is the batter would be standing on the left side of the plate from our perspective. With Jordan throwing right-handed, he uses different types of off-speed pitches for left-handed batters versus right-handed batters. Notice how the slider for a right-handed batter would be moving away from the right-handed batter, but it would be moving into a left-handed batter. In that way, we want to change the way we throw to a left-handed batter to get another off-speed pitch that also moves away from a left-handed batter. In this version, Jordan has a changeup that moves away from the batter. This is one that he holds with all 5 digits, and he holds it deep in his hand in order to take off speed of the ball, as well as to get it to cut in a way away from the batter. All right, Jordan, go ahead. Start us off with some fastballs. We're going to aim for the bottom right corner to start us off before we move to the changeup. Good, very good. Into that corner, it's great. Give us one more fastball here. Perfect. These are perfect pitches. Now we move to a changeup that moves in a different type of way that kind of drops off once again, similar to the slider, but moves in the opposite direction. Driving with those legs, finishing out front. Good. Missing down low isn't all that bad. Once again, we are trying to bait a swing out of the batter, especially when we have more strikes than balls in the count. And in that way, it applies more pressure onto the batter in order to protect the plate and to prevent them from striking out. Good, good. Very good. That one missed high, that's all right. We'll get you to throw one more here and finish with a fastball. Keeping the ball down low is never a bad thing, never a bad thing. Perfect, great finish. Now, to wrap up this whole bullpen session, what would you say are 2 things that you did well and 1 area for improvement for yourself?
2 things I did well. I think we're getting my legs I actually work on personally quite a bit and improving my lower body mechanics. Definitely some decent sequencing, even though it's a little bit off location, but movement was there to sequence as we talked about. I think one thing for improvement is just location and just consistency with throwing strikes and hitting the spots that I want to hit.
Yeah, and overall, I agree. I think we're all both on the same page in terms of that. It's just simply getting a feel for release point. That can be done more with a more extended warm-up, but due to just focusing on the bullpen exercise and just focusing on just keeping the ball down low and finishing through with the mechanics.